Like a shadow from dark clouds, Lord Carthor of Ixoros swept through the realm of Valtoria. Better known as Ixorians, Carthor's brutal warriors were the people's biggest fear, conquering lands and raiding and killing everything in sight. In fear of being invaded, many of the Valtorian lords switched sides and joined the monstrous Carthor. In an attempt to create a counterweight, some of the Western lords formed an alliance and confronted Carthor at the Battle of Becrin. The battle was fought between evenly matched armies, and to break the tie, Lord Varian, the ruler of Becrin, made his way all through the back line and challenged the mighty Carthor himself. The fighting stopped, and with anticipation the men watched every step Lord Varian took as if their lives depended on it. As he approached, he raised his sword sky high, and without any attempt to parry, Carthor was hit with a swing that was sure to kill even a giant. But as thunderous as the strike was, there was no thunder to be heard, and no blood to be seen. With terror in the soldiers' eyes, they all deeply listened for the clashing sound to sear through the masses, but the silence that followed was deafening. Lord Varian looked as if he had seen a ghost, and without realizing, he was pulled close by the seemingly unaffected Carthor. The shock was so great that Lord Varian did not notice the dagger. The men got a searing sight that day, one that would haunt them forever. With the army's morale completely devastated, there was no need to call for retreat. The troops had already begun to run. Commander Highmore, ruler of the Valtorian capital Vaskleon, opened his mouth to shout his command, but the words were soon interrupted as his throat was sealed by a black arrow. The battle was lost, and suddenly the sky appeared dark. And so seemed the future.
Make sure they're all dead before dawn.
I've got to get out of here.
Ah, look who's up. Feeling better?
Yeah, thank you, Alan. What are you up to?
We're having some trouble with monstrous wolf packs living nearby. Lately, our village has been the target of continuous attacks from these beasts.
Wolves. I slayed my first wolf when I was 6. Let me help you in this matter.
Well, these aren't your average wolf. You better be prepared. You proved yourself quite useful yesterday dealing with the wolf problem.
No need to thank me. I was easily handled.
However, if you want to survive now when Carthor has taken control of the land, we need to clear out the bandits and looters the war brought with it.
Well, I guess I owe you this one, Alan, since you took me in after the Battle of Becrin.
Lord Varian, you have saved my village twice. How can I ever repay you?
Well, give me some of your best men. I will march against Carthor myself and liberate the realm.
Don't be stupid. If that's really what you're planning, you need to gather all the allies you can get before confronting Carthor again. I can spare some of my finest men if you choose a wiser path. Travel your way up north and seek out Lady Vanya, who also survived the Battle of Becrin. She still holds an unwavering loyalty to the Valtorian realm.
Fine. Let it be so. I saw Lady Vanya in the battle. She's quite the warrior.
Lord Varian had liberated Alan's village, and together with his bannermen, they traveled north to seek out Lady Vanya, an old ally to Commander Highmore. After 5 sunsets, they arrived at the gates of Jarlfort. The fort looked smaller than Lord Varian had imagined. Once he approached the gate, he was instantly recognized by one of the bannermen on the wall, who too had taken part in the Battle of Becrin. Lord Varian was sent through to meet with Lady Vanya, but she seemed to be in the middle of an enemy confrontation.
Lord Varian, what a pleasant surprise. I thought you died by that toothpick Carthor pinned you with.
Don't worry, Lady Vanya. That was barely a scratch. Although I'm not sure that you would have survived it.
Many men have tried to stab me, but no one has succeeded. Of course, none of these had as great opportunity as you had when you faced Carthor.
Well, if we join forces, you might get the opportunity yourself.
Another war against Carthor? I'm currently cleaning up the mess in my own territory. Some despicable pigs have turned against me while I was away fighting in the Battle of Becrin.
I'll help you. No one should be able to take advantage of Carthor's ravage. My bannermen will add quite the support to your defense against these pigs.
Well fought. That's what happens when you mess with the Lady of Jarlfort.
Milady, we have received whereabouts of the soldiers that were captured at Wolf's Den. They are held by our enemies in the caves of Hardpeak.
Only fools get captured, and fools have no place in my army.
Lady Vanya, we need to rescue them. We're gonna need every man for the upcoming war, fool or not.
Ha! They've already shown that they're unworthy soldiers. However, I won't miss the chance for a great fight. Get ready. We'll attack when the sun goes down. Here's the back entrance of the Hardpeak mine. Let's break in. How could you let yourselves get captured?
Forgive us, my lady, but we were betrayed by Commander Kai, who has sided with the illoyal pigs.
Kai, that traitor. I've always known he was a no-good coward that would turn on us when times got tough. It's time to settle this once and for all. The sooner we can eliminate these traitors, the sooner we can focus on the real enemy.
Dear Lady Vanya and Lord Barrion, you have come for me, haven't you? Go ahead and try. You will never survive a battle against my army.
I swear to you, traitor Kai, we will end your life right here.
You're just a spoiled girl, Lady Vanya, hated by your own people. The North will salute your death.
It's done. Kai won't bother you anymore.
May his soul burn in eternity. But I have a feeling our journey has just begun.
Later that night, Lord Barrion received a letter sealed by Julius Hasselberger, the powerful ruler of Quirin City.
Respected Lord Barrion, a little bird told me that you survived the Battle of Beckron and that you are now gathering strength in Jarlfort. I can only hope that we have not seen the last of your sword. Which brings me to the point. As you are well aware, every 5th year the Hasselberger House hosts the biggest and most prestigious tournament in Valtoria. In the Field of Joy Arena, lords and knights fight each other, aiming for the glory and gold that awaits the winner. I hereby grant you the honor and privilege to enter this glorious event. I presuppose you will accept my invitation, Julius Hasselberger.
Even though he was worried about the attention the tournament would bring, Lord Barrion decided to participate. He knew that the gold from a tournament victory would be much needed in the war to come. Now, when Jarlfort was no longer in imminent danger, Lady Vanya joined forces with Lord Barrion in his efforts to overthrow Carthor. As they marched south, the green surroundings sorely reminded Lord Barrion of his hometown Beckron, a city now controlled by the evil hands of Carthor. When they arrived at the countryside outside Quirin City, they noticed that several farms were set on fire, and it seemed like a raid was going on outside the gates.
Ah, Lord Barrion, your visit couldn't be more welcome.
It's an honor, Julius Hasselberger. But what's with the burning houses and dead farmers?
Well, some of my more greedy mercenaries have turned against me and are now raiding this year's most valuable harvest. I need you to solve this problem for me. The tournament depends on it. I've sent you a knight from my private guard to help you in your efforts. Wonderful! The greedy scum will hurt no one no more. Many thanks, Lord Barrion. Please, enter my castle and I will show you to the arena. Dear citizens, today is the day you have all been waiting for. Today is the day you will behold the rising of a champion. I hereby welcome you all to Hasselberger Tournament, the most glorious tournament in Valtoria. The blood spilled in this arena will echo through eternity. Let us begin! Well fought, Lord Barrion. You have now reached the final stage. Unfortunately for you, you are now facing never-before-beaten knights from my private guard. Any last words?
Your hospitality honors me, Lord Hasselberger. Too bad I have to repay you by killing your guards.
Haha, I like you, Barrion. I really do. However, Knights of the Hasselberger, kill this disgraceful man.
Barrion, Julius has positioned his weakest knights on the flanks. You might want to kill them first.
Yes. Yeah. The bomb goes boom.
Lord Hasselberger, I think you need to have higher standards when recruiting soldiers to your private guard. These men would have been slaughtered in an instant at the Battle of Beckron.
I don't want to hear such nonsense. I am an honorable man, Lord Berrien. You won fair and square. I will therefore grant you with gold. But you have brought disrespect to my city. I want you out by the morning.
During the night after his victory in the arena, Lord Berrien was awakened by the sound from some gentle knocks on his chamber door.
My lord, I have for you, behind this door, a secret or two.
Lord Berrien stumbled up, hesitated a moment, but then decided to open the door. Outside, in the hall, stood a jester from the Quirin court.
My blessings, sire. I've always you admired.
What do you want?
My lord, you have enemies near. Down below. Evidence here.
Enough with the riddles, jest.
With weapons, Hasselberger Carthor provides. In the cellar below, you'll find the supplies.
Show me the way. If you speak the truth, Jest, I will personally destroy every weapon supply in this cellar.
Yeah. Let's show them.
What's this? Scrolls marked with Hasselberger's seal. Better take care of these. Carthor's colors and emblem. Then it must be true. Let's destroy the supplies. I'm prepared.
You prodigious fool! Not so wise to enter a tournament that everyone is watching. Your pathetic rebellion ends here, Lord Berrien. I have ordered one of my battalions to destroy you and your bannermen.
Here.
It seems like the Exorians resurrect with the help of the Death Skull portals. We must destroy them with holy smites.
Yep.
Ready.
After defeating the Exorians outside Quirin, Lord Berrien sat down with Lady Vanya to read the scrolls that he and the Jester had acquired last night. The scrolls contained mysterious sketches and detailed information about a sword named World Splitter, a sword that could cut through anything, even the darkest of souls.
Julius Hasselberger seems to be betting on both sides in this war.
What do you mean?
This is clearly the sword that can kill Carthor. No ordinary weapon can damage him. I've seen it with my own eyes.
According to the scrolls, a blade made of Tyrannium steel had to be put together with the Handle of Might, the legendary handle of the sword carried by King Valtoria himself. When the World Splitter had been created, it needed to be embraced by the water of the Well of Idrim to receive its magical abilities.
Sounds like a mediocre fairy tale. Do you really believe in this?
I suppose there's only one way to find out if the scrolls hold any truth, but at least Hasselberger valued these scrolls highly. I have a feeling that with the World Splitter in my hands, Carthor will be sure not to let his guard down.
The Handle of Might was said to be kept at Salai Outpost, guarded by Prince Aris, who was a sworn ally to Carthor, and the only known storage of Tyrannium steel was located inside the gates of Vaskleon, the former capital of Valtoria, nowadays controlled by the Exorians. Lord Berrien and Lady Vanya decided to move their armies south to conquer Salai Outpost. When they eventually approached the outpost, they spotted a large number of enemy troops. Prince Aris had clearly put up a heavy defense.
Lord Berrien, you are far from home. Oh, what was I thinking? You don't even have a home nowadays, am I right?
Spare me your insults, Prince Aris. I have come for the Handle of Might. If you don't hand it over immediately, we will breach the gates.
Oh, you are laughable, my foolish Berrien. You will never get past my troops.
There are 5 wagons of supply heading our way. We must protect them from enemy attacks. I've heard that some of Prince Aris's men are still out there.
So, we meet again. How do you enjoy your stay here in Cremondo? You must be sweating like pigs beneath all that armor.
Don't worry, Prince Aris. We're on our way to Vaskleon. Let us pass and we won't bother you or your soldiers anymore.
On the contrary, Lord Berrien, you and your remaining will stay right here. It's one thing to conquer an outpost, a whole other thing to face my entire army on the battlefield. Prepare to be destroyed!
The Twin Rivers. The outer walls of Veskleon are not far away. Let's clear the land and establish a base here.
Ever since Carther conquered Veskleon, the lands around Twin Rivers are teeming with Exorians. Expect heavy resistance. Well fought, Lord Varian. I believe the way to the Veskleon castle is clear.
The city is still swamped with Exorians, which makes it impossible to enter by day. Our only chance is to break in during the night.
I'll summon an elite force ready to strike tonight. We must lower the drawbridge to get into the castle.
Wait here. I'll try to find a way in. Yeah. Aha. Yeah. Yeah.
The tranium steel is inside
Yes.
the stone chest. We must break the chains to get hold of it.
Let's show them! There. We got the Terranium steel. Let's use the back door to get out. Yeah. Yeah.
My crossbow is loaded.
My lord. Yes.
I'm prepared.
Looks like the back door led to the secret undergrounds of Veskleon.
I've heard about this. Prepare yourself with your best aim, Lady Vanya. This won't be easy.
Well, we stayed out of Carther's range, but the Willow Force doesn't seem to be too friendly either. Perhaps this choice of path wasn't the best after all.
We've got no time to be wise in hindsight, Lady Vanya. Let's just take them out.
After dealing with the ambushers in the forest, Lord Varian and his bannermen finally reached the small town of Krolfeld, which was the home of the Idrim followers, an old tribe that had been protecting the Well of Idrim for centuries. Lord Varian asked for an audience with the headman Igud, leader of the tribe, and was immediately granted such a meeting.
So, you want to visit the Well of Idrim, you say?
Yes, Hegman Egud. I believe it is very important. My visit can put an end to Carther's terror and bring peace to the realm.
The realm, you say? My tribe is not part of the realm. We never interfere in wars between lords. The Idrim followers live in harmony with nature, and our only mission is to protect the Well of Idrim from invaders. Every man who wants to visit the well needs to prove his worth in the bear pit, fighting against the elites of the followers, commanded by Lars here beside me.
I accept the challenge, Headman Egud.
It will be a pleasure to crush your skull, Lord Varian. No one has ever survived an encounter with my men.
Now let's see what you've got, Lord Varian. Idrim followers, attack!
Well fought, Lord Varian. You have beaten Commander Lars's troops. However, before you can visit the well, you must prove yourself against the forest itself. This is a clear sign from the nature gods. Lord Varian, you have proven yourself worthy, and are now allowed to visit the Well of Idrim.
Not so fast, Lord Varian. You may have fooled our old headman, but you can't fool me. No outsider will desecrate the Well of Idrim under my watch.
Commander Lars, I have no quarrel with you.
Silence! When you killed some of my finest men, you desecrated our tribe. My soldiers now demand justice. And this time the fight will not take place in a silly arena, but on the battlefield.
Entering the cave, Lord Varian was struck by the beauty of the magnificent rock shapes and the magical glow forming above the water. He sat down by the well and waited a long time before lowering the world splitter into the water. Suddenly, the water appeared to boil, but only radiating coldness that sent a shiver deep down his spine. The handle of might began to shimmer and gradually developed a bright blue glow. Waves arose high up from the well, and a blinding light filled the cave. A few seconds later, it was back to normal, and the ceremony appeared to be over, marking the world splitter with a distinct light blue glow. When Lord Barrion left the cave, he discovered that all the previously so hostile animals now had turned aside and watched him walk through the forest, hiding behind trees and rocks. Once back in Krulfeld, Lord Barrion immediately gathered his bannermen and began to march north toward Exoro, the home of Carthor. A week later, they entered the Exoro lands, a region known for its dark powers and insidious volcanoes.
Lord Barrion, it is time to put your delusions to rest. Everyone else has. Valtoria is forever mine. Your shiny new toy is truly no threat to me.
I make no threats, Carthor, but I can assure you that the World Splitter will find its way to your heart, literally.
As big-hearted as I am, that won't be possible. I am leaving. Be kind and don't break that thing of yours against my men. It might serve as cutlery. Welcome to my peninsula, Lord Barrion. You couldn't have chosen a better place to die.
It is said that you're either loved or feared as a leader, yet I am both, and you will soon be neither.
I am darkness in all its forms. You're fighting against nature, but you're still bound to its laws. You're like a serpent eating its own tail.
There is nothing natural about you or your darkness. I will cleanse the world of you and make it bright again.
Lord Barrion, haven't you realized it yet? I am fear, and my darkness will consume everything!
Some are afraid of the dark, but it just takes a little light, and it's gone. Fear is unenlightenment. With the World Splitter, I will prove it.
Light is unnatural. The world wants darkness. It craves it. Even now, the torches on the walls futilely fight against the darkness while slowly being consumed. Man is destined to hate. Society should let man free, and he will embrace it.
The word of Carthor's death spread fast, and it didn't take long before Exorians all over the realm surrendered. Shortly after the city of Vaskleon was liberated, a new council was formed, and Aron, the son of late Commander Highmore, was crowned as King of Valtoria. Lady Vanya and Lord Barrion could finally return home. With almost a year past since the defeat in the Battle of Becrin, Lord Barrion was greeted as a hero as he entered the gates of Becrin. The city had lost nearly half its population during the war, but when Lord Barrion looked up toward the eastern tower, the falcon flag waved as peacefully as ever. Valtoria was freed from the brutal hands of Carthor, yet the very foundations of the realm had been demolished, and Lord Barrion knew that prosperity wouldn't come easy. War breeds war, and no battle has ever been the last.